it
The
is.
draft.
The draft. We get right into it. They started as soon as the guy came in. So here we go. Now we get to finally see the game. And let's get
Yep.
into it. Aries,
Real
banned
player
first.
versus Fnatic.
Yeah, game one here, guys. Sorry about that delay. We were waiting on some issues. I don't know what regarding the players, though. I don't think it was anything on our two side. So please don't take it out on us. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry, Bible Thump in chat. But as we see, Aries, Poseidon, and Lotus all being banned out for real players, and I think those are good bans, all very strong. And we see on the other side, Mikio, Freya, and Grom. So I think those are pretty good standard bans. Maybe Poseidon, I don't see him being that strong of a pick.
That's Esrath, not Mikio.
Oh, sorry, yeah, it is Esrath. You're right. And we saw how strong he could be in certain compositions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's
Aiden.
deadly. Definitely a good ban.
Aiden gets first pick, and I think RP was the team that actually did massive wonders with Aiden and was doing some pretty crazy outplays with him. So I'm happy to see that. And we
Yeah.
see Una actually get picked up from Fnatic, and she is probably one of the strongest mid laners right now, slash mages in the game.
Yeah, I think yesterday in the series, Real Players versus Synergy, we saw Synergy run Aiden, and then RP, like, after they got wrecked with it, RP started picking it up first pick, and they were doing a really good job with it as well. So they're probably sticking to that strat again today.
Yeah. And they do pick up the Wolfram and Lunaria, so I really like this combo because Wolfram can go into the backline, try to blow someone up, and if he doesn't, he's still gonna output enough damage from Lunaria to possibly hit that long range ultimate Lucent Beam onto the enemy team, onto the enemy hero that Wolfram does go onto. So there's a nice little combination going on there with Wolfram and Lunaria.
I really like the picks from Fnatic though. Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Arborist. I think they'll probably build Arborist a little bit more of a support. He'll probably be buying most of the wards this game, and he's pretty much just a one ult wonder. He just pretty much goes in, stuns the target he needs to, and pops his ulti, and from there he's kind of a little bit useless. So, but he doesn't really need too many items to come online. So
Yeah, and we see Minos getting picked up as well. I think that's what
yeah,
you were talking
that's
about.
the first Minas of the tournament.
Yeah, and Lubu as well. So, what draft are you looking at that maybe looks a little stronger in your opinion? Who do you give the edge just in the drafting phase?
I think I like Fnatic's lineup a little bit better. They do have two really great initiate and tanky initiators. They'll have the Una and Solus for some AoE damage as well as the Arborist. So I don't know. I think that's pretty solid team fight. Whereas RP, they kind of have a single target. Not so much team fight. They'll probably try and look for picks with Minos and the Aiden. But I think I'm favoring Fnatic's lineup a little bit more.
I think they have a little more combos on Fnatic to just get some kills a little easier. But I do feel like if RP does use their aggression style that they like to play and take advantage of that early game, I think they can go ahead. Because when Wolfram gets ahead and Aiden gets ahead very early, it's super hard to get back into the game because those heroes are just so strong. But the game did start, and it just seems pretty standard. Vision going out for the red team. I actually like this deep vision they have in their the top part of blue side right here. Watching hard, watching Minos just jungle up here. So they have good vision around for when Dragon's going to spawn in the next 2 minutes. Just casual play going on here in the bottom lane. They're just pushing the lanes just gradually. Wolfram is jungling. He's just jungling solo. So I like this coming out from blue side. You're going to see them go a little bit ahead in gold just because they have the specific jungler that's jungling solely. A lot of the other teams do a 2-1-2, which is 2 in the top lane, 1 middle, and 2 in the bottom. So I'm liking this coming out of RP.
Yeah, I agree. I find if teams do like to do the 2-1-2, they should probably, when they do have that Una, so she'll be able to clear that wave really fast.
Ooh, Solus goes in for a gank there, not actually able to find anything. I like how they use Solus. We saw actually a couple teams use their attack damage carries to get rotating really quickly in the early game. We saw Minerva do that in one of the series yesterday, and I kind of like it because if they can get those kills and their lanes are pushed, then they're not really missing out on too much farm. And if they do get the kill, hey, you get a kill. And if you don't, then you just push their mid laner back or whatever lane you do gank.
Yeah, as I was saying before, like if teams would run a 2-on-2, I'd like to see the mid player after clearing the mid wave to try and clear some of those jungle camps out so they don't fall too far behind.
Yeah.
Oh, attack buff on Aiden. It's gonna be really strong.
Yeah, it is good. I think this would be a good decision for him to just try to push this lane as quick as he can, and if not, try to take damage tower. Try to go for a gank because that attack buff early on is just so strong, especially on a range carry.
Yeah.
And that's what he might be looking to do. Maybe he knows Dragon is going to be spawning here in a moment. He's TPing actually. Yeah, he's going to try to push out this top wave with this attack buff and try to get into an engagement here. They do have wards on it though. They do get rid of the wards, and this might be a fight.
Start it.
Oh, he actually drops ult. Oh no, I thought Una dropped ult. She does do a lot of damage though. Now she drops ult, but it's too far, and they actually do take Dragon pretty easily. They're gonna initiate here. No, looks like Fnatic is just gonna let them have the Dragon. So very good Dragon control there from real players. Instantly just going onto a dewarding and taking the Dragon.
Ooh, nice stun coming out onto Lunaria. She gets stunned off though, and there's first blood. Wolfram in a lot of trouble too. He does get the spin. There's the double kill coming out for Fnatic.
2 kills going to Fnatic, and they need to get something out of here on the map here, and I think this is a good idea for them to 4 push mid. Yeah, the Aiden split pushing bottom, but wonder you can TP in there right now if they want to. Aiden split pushing the top. There was a little bit of an engagement here between Minos and Zhang Fei, but nothing happening. TPs are coming in. Ooh, Solus does drop off. They want to reinitiate here though. Wolfram goes in. Good. Minos pull onto the Arbus. Arbus dropping so low. Wolfram does get turned around on though. And Una does blow him up hard. Now dropping very hard. Ooh. And Guan Yu or Lubu does jump in, but he gets return killed. And Arbus just dies from Zarkan. But can Solus get the return kill? He can. And Aiden comes in and gets the kill back onto the Solus. Very good plays coming out here. And they are going to get the mid tower actually. So that's a 2-for-2 trade there.
3 for 2.
3 for 2.
And they get the tower.
Wow. Oh yeah, because they got the Minos as well. Good play there coming out from Fnatic. So they did give up the Dragon, but hey, they're up 2k gold now because of the fights that they did want to take. And it's good rotations coming out from them.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a misplay at Dragon there, but they definitely made up for it with that fight. Getting 2 picks, doing some great damage on the tower, and then they win a little 3-for-2 fight. Take that tower as well, so take gold swing back into their favor.
Looks like there's a couple in the mid lane here. And I feel like losing that mid lane tier 1 is probably one of the worst towers to lose in the early game. Because it just gives you so much positioning. Like you're allowed to TP to that tower whenever you want. And towards that mid lane, and you could easily go to top or bottom. If you lose a top tower, then you can still TP to mid to go to top. Now it's either you TP bottom or top essentially to move around the map. So now there's an attack buff here on Solus in the top, and it looks like they're trying to put some aggression onto this. It might be a fight. Minos actually does try to possibly pull in the Solus, but he just pulls in the creep wave and they clear it. Fnatic looking to steal this buff.
I think these creeps might actually take this bot tower. It's gonna be very close.
No, just barely. Oh! 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 Tower's OP! Or not tower, sorry, creep's OP. It just gets that last hit.
Arbor's put a seed down to try and clear that, but I think he read that a little wrong.
Yeah, and I think they went into the jungle to steal the buff, but I don't know if it was worth it. I mean, you could go steal the buff afterwards if anything, but giving up a free tower like that just puts them back in the game, and you can see the gold lead coming back to basically even after that tower goes down. This is an early Oracle by RP, and we've seen them do this yesterday. They're always getting this Oracle because they love their vision control. And look, they're gonna D-ward Zakar right now as well.
I like how they put that other word right on the car, so they can't really hit it unless they don't want to misplay and hit the car by accident.
Yeah, it's a good play there from them. And Dragon's gonna be up soon, and they all know it. Ooh, Una actually drops her ultimate very early in this fight. They want to take this Dragon
what I like
quickly.
to see from Una players. Drop that all right in the pit.
Oh! Aiden almost steals it. Lunaria does use her all, but isn't able to steal it as well. So Dragon does go in the way of Fnatic. I like that too, but I feel like she can hold on to it just a little longer and bait maybe the enemy team to come in and use that ultimate together. And they are going to go as 5 in this top lane, try to take this tower. And I like this rotation from RP, just going towards mid lane, possibly getting a trade, because they know this is going to be lost. Oh, they were going to no, they did. I think they needed to push this mid tower. I really think that was a huge misplay. I thought they had the right idea, but they ended up wanting to TP. And they get no trade out of it.
Zhang Fei's got to be careful. Nice sweep from Zhang Fei. He actually had no vision, so that's some pretty good game sense.
Yeah, good job there from General. Wolfram's pushing this top lane. He has some time to put some damage on this tower. He should start to run right now, though. Oh, he actually jukes down, yeah. He could have got hit by the Una bomb there, but actually doesn't and gets lifesteal off the wolves.
Drops her ult for some reason.
I think she was trying to predict where he went invis and to get the kill, because he was fairly low, but he was actually already long gone at that point. RP taking a good tower there in the mid lane. And Wolfram's gonna eventually take this top tower, actually. Is there gonna be a fight here? Minos is looking for something. So here it is. Wolfram does actually go the Igneo split. I really like that coming out from him.
Yeah, I'd like to see him pick up a mask for next item, trying to get a little bit more lifesteal, so that he can sustain a little bit more throughout the entire game, be able to stay on the map at all times.
Lubu almost gets caught out there, but actually doesn't. Looks like they're trying to get some deep wards or just steal their jungle. Fight might happen out here. Wolfram is gonna try to go split push top. Zakar actually stuns Hard, who actually had to use his Jade Heart there to disengage the CC from Zakar. There's Wolfram just pushing out top lane. This is what I like. This is what we were talking about in the early game. If you're gonna get a Wolfram, just keep him in a solo lane to himself. No one can really fight him 1v1. Even the Zhang Fei will have issues with him if he doesn't get his ult off in time. Good D ward coming out from RP. RP so good at vision control. Trying to look for that suck over the wall. Wasn't able to actually do it though.
Yeah, I really like how Wolfram is putting so much pressure on the top side. He's invading their jungle, taking his jungle camps, really utilizing that gold buff as much as he can.
I think what they're trying to do here is force a couple of TPs to this top lane, and they're gonna go TP Wolfram bottom and try to take this Zakar. I think that's what they need to do. Zhang Fei did use his TP. If he TPs bottom right now to these creeps, he might be able to. They might be able to take a 4v5 engagement here. Maybe he just wants to fight the Zhang Fei. No, Zhang Fei actually just backs off. So just standard right now. Both teams kind of afraid to do things, but I do feel like RP is getting a lot more out of the map.
Looks like Zhang Fei is going to try and fight for this buff. He does land the stun onto Wolfram. Wolfram in a lot of trouble. Go on you, but he leaps over the wall. Lands a stun though. The spin is
the Jade Heart though, they can't stun him. They're going to get returned onto by Lubu, who wants to go in, and Wolfram gonna come back in. Maybe not. That's a good purchase there from Wolfram. He just gets the Jade Heart, not allowing them to actually stun him, so he can run away there in that fight. Good rotation from Fnatic.
The item builds a lot more this game.
Yeah, a lot more calculated, it feels like. Ooh, good bomb from Una. It's gonna be a huge fight. Lubu does jump into the back line. Dragon does get dropped by Souls, going in the way of Fnatic. Fnatic does blow up the Wolfram. Aiden does use his illusion. Solo! Aiden doing so much work here, still alive, and he actually does drop to Zhang Fei. And it's a 3 for 2 so far in this fight. going in favor of Fnatic, definitely, as they did get the Dragon as well, who goes in the way of Solus, who got the last hit there. But if it wasn't for Angra there, doing some pretty cool Aiden plays that you mentioned yesterday, TPing to his illusion while his ult is still on and getting that range across, just doing so much damage there. Lubu is going to initiate here. Lunaria wants to try to help him out and not able to do much. Guan Yu does use a spin. Nothing comes out of it though. Even though Fnatic comes ahead in that, they're still a little bit behind in gold, and a lot of it has to do with how much gold this Aiden and Wolfram have been getting from around the map. Especially Aiden, we can see his 19k gold right now.
Yeah, they're pretty farmed RP. It looks like they might try and take another fight. Minos is looking for a pull. Just misses. And actually hits a car. They might actually start it here.
Ooh, this is dangerous to start. This is dangerous to start. Taking a lot of damage from Sakar. In that previous fight near Dragon, I think one of the reasons they have actually lost that fight on the side of RP was Wolfram was so low at the beginning of that fight, he couldn't really do anything in the fight because he came in with at least less than half health.
Oh, nice binding arrow there. Yeah, Fnatic they're just taking way too much damage from this Sakara.
Good damage up from Lunaria. Actually stunning the Zhang Fei. Jumps over the wall. He doesn't have his taunt up now. So right now they're just, I think both teams are just nervous to move away from this bottom lane because, hey, Zakar is up and they both have wards on it and they're actually going to look for this Minos. You can see Arborist just running straight at him. Minos is like, hell no, I'm out of here.
I think they actually might start Zakar. They're going to see Wolfram in the top lane.
Yeah, but he is TP and so is Lubu. Yeah. This could be huge. Zakar is only at half health right now. He's dropping very quickly though from this Solus. And they're actually going to engage here. Hard does jump in. Minos, so does Wolfram with the defense buff. And Zakar still has not fallen. Angra's so low, he needs to run here. He does use his illusion to back away. But Wolfram does drop in that backline, try to do some work. Lunaria does try to save his teammate, but he drops as well. And this looks so bad. Angra and Lunaria are the only ones left alive. Aiden's going to try to do what he can by split pushing here, but Zakar's going to go in the favor of Fnatic.
Oh, look at that damage coming out from Solus. He's doing so much damage to those towers. He's probably going to be able to get this tier 2 as well. Unless Aiden can do something.
Do they want to fight? Oh, I would have liked to see a 1v1 engagement there, but they were actually both a little afraid, a little hesitant there. Not knowing where the enemy team was, Solus didn't want to force anything, knowing his team wasn't there. In that engagement, it was very strange. It was a little too separated, and Aiden took too much damage at the very beginning of the fight that he wasn't actually able to fight at all. So, really rough there for real players.
Dragon is spawning. And it looks like real players, they are going to pull it over the wall. That's what I like to see from Minos players here. I don't think they have enough damage though to blow it up. There's Zhang Fei, he's in the pit. He's got to react, he's got to do something.
Lunaria does get the dragon.
Yeah.
Ooh, Wolfram drops so low there. I think Fnatic needed to force something there. They do have the Zakar buff on them.
Yeah, they played a little bit afraid for some reason. I'm not too sure why. But good job by Minos pulling the dragon twice over the wall to secure it.
They're actually going to try to burst this tower, and Solus just killing this tower. Good usage of Una ult there. I really like it. Not allowing them to defend their tower at all. She just drops it there. It's like, hey, this is our tower. If you want to come get it, eat my bombs, basically. Another tower going in favor of Fnatic.
That is not too bad either, so she's able to make plays like that. It's really smart from them.
Yeah, they're just going tower to tower. Look at this. They're actually going to tank this last tower as well. They just want all the gold.
Damage. You can just melt those things.
It's insane. Wow, so that's 3 towers just going to their favor like that. And you can see the gold lead just swing up to almost 12k now. Or 10k, sorry.
Both teams though pretty close to the 5 build right now, so pretty soon the gold difference won't really mean too much.
Yeah, when they both teams hit around 120, 130k, usually that's when you have almost your full item build.
Yeah, I really like how Minos has that Gargoyle's Heart or Locket, allowing him to just get in there and make a big pull, or allowing his team to disengage some fights. So really, I really love that item.
This damage from Souls, just poking at it. There's so much damage. Dropping his ult. They're actually gonna engage. Dude, they're jumping this backline. Dude, so much damage. Myth jumping so low, but he's actually kiting so well against Wiggler. Wiggler is gonna drop in that backline. Arburst did dive so far. Wolfram trying to pull it back. Some pressure, but he drops low. Souls jumps on the wall. Myth gone. Putting in so much work there, and they actually trade 3 for 4, but they do get the tower. Minos is gonna keep chasing, and they need to get this kill. What a miss by Lunaria. You could even see, and he misses his hook as well. So it's a 3 for 4 trade there, but they actually do get the base turret as well. So I think it favors Fnatic a little more than it does anyone else.
Yeah, it definitely does. A little bit of a misplay there by both Lunaria and Minos. I feel like they could have got a 5-man team wipe and would have been able to push right down mid, but a little bit of a misplay. They do lose their tower as well. That's kind of crucial. They are going to have mega creeps in that middle lane.
Yeah, in that fight, Myth went to town on Solus. He literally kited this Lubu so hard in this back lane right around here, and he just kept kiting him. He would live at around 20% HP, and then he got so far away kiting Wigor that he actually ended up killing Wigor, and he jumped in and got the kill on Aiden as well. It was really well played there by Myth.
Yeah, Angra kind of had some bad positioning as well. He was kind of off to the side. He couldn't really hit the targets that he needed to, and he also missed a pretty crucial binding arrow, which led them to not defending that tower.
We can see this. Una's been doing a lot of work, and Angra seems to be the only one that's really outputting a lot of damage. He's 6-2 and 2 right now for his team. Really just the focal point of their team with 30k net worth in comparison to their whole team, who don't really have that much net worth, honestly.
I really like this build from Solus too. It just makes so much sense. Godly Cannon, the Jade's Heart.
They're gonna actually jump in there. And they do pop Deity. Lunaria does use ult. They actually do get the kill on Una, and they might get the kill on Souls.
Oh,
He's kiting so hard though. Look at this kite
kiting.
onto Wigor, and he's gonna try to actually go in and kill. Angra does get the kill onto Arborist. Another fleeing Fnatic run. They actually do pop Locket here, but they're not gonna actually chase too far. Good fight there for RP. They actually do defend their base. It is very low, but they need to try to get something out of this.
Yeah, they really do. They can't just keep taking these fights and not really getting anything out of the map. Otherwise, Fnatic is just going to keep doing that until they get 3 base turrets.
Yeah, exactly. And this base turret did take a lot of damage without even Solus hitting it. So you could see how well Myth is playing, though. He's actually playing so phenomenally well in this backline. He's getting engaged on by 1 or 2, which is usually Lubu and Wolfram, but he's able to just survive with the nick of, 10-15% health and able to output that damage back onto them, possibly getting kills.
Yeah, he's doing great kiting. Zakar is spawning. No vision control, though, for RP. They haven't been able to push out of the base too much to get that vision control. And Zhang Fei, he's doing a good job of buying oracles and clearing wards all around the map.
Yeah, so far Fnatic's playing very, very well.
And Myth is going to start it. He's just going to hit Zakar over the wall. You can see that damage output. He could probably even solo it himself.
Maybe. He actually does not have any... Well, he does have a little bit of lifesteal, sorry. But he doesn't have any hard lifesteal. And you can't actually lifesteal against Zakar, so it's very hard to solo it.
Well, he has that evasion.
That's true.
So Zakar, like, pretty much never really hits him. I'd like to see.
Good damage
nice
on the
timing, though.
mid solo! He actually kites back and Venus tries to go onto him, but he's not able to. Venus gonna try to run away here. And can he get away? Good spin by Guan Yu, or Guan Yu onto that backline. Hard drop in solo. Good ult from Solo's. Anger going to town right now. Can he go onto Myth? Oh, Myth actually blows up Anger. Anger does drop. Myth going to town. Look at him just life stealing off of these heroes. Doing so much work. Arborist as well up. Right now it's a 3 for 3. Or 3 for 2, sorry. Ooh, good Lunario. Is Lubu gonna go on this? I feel like he should. Good taunt coming out from Zhang Fei. They might be able to get the return kill here. They do. But they did lose their bottom base turret.
Yeah, 3 for 3 trade there. They did lose their bottom turret. I think Fnatic came on top in that fight as well.
Myth dropping so low once again at the beginning of that fight from the Shackle, and Wolfram and Lunari doing so much damage, but Wolfram could not actually finish the kill on him.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. They used so many spells and abilities to try and blow up Myth, but him getting out there and not having a, you know, just wasting all their spells on him, they couldn't, you know, they couldn't use those spells for the rest of the fight, and Myth just came back and lifestealed him.
Yeah, he actually got the kill onto Angra, which is a pretty big kill because Angra was putting in some work there. And if you didn't see that, before Angra did get the final last hit onto Una to kill her off, she actually gets the Frozen Scepter off onto Angra, which allows Myth to finish him off. So good play there coming out from Fnatic. So they have this one last tower now. Ooh, that TP from Zhang Fei was maybe a little risky. They could have baited it. RP could have used that TP to their favor.
At this point, I don't really know how RP can win this game.
They need to win a fight with Angra alive so they can push down and get a base turret themselves. I think that's the only way. They need to win it pretty convincingly, having at least 3 of them up and possibly killing at least 4 to 5 of them. That's how they're gonna win this game. Good shackle there from, or binding arrow, sorry, from Angra.
Yeah, Fnatic though, they're just playing so smart. Their team fighting is really solid. Their positioning is solid as well. I don't see RP, even if they do win a fight, I feel like Fnatic, you know, they always come back and get an even trade in the fight so that RP cannot push down mid. It looks like they're doing the ward strategy so that the creeps actually hit the wards instead of the base.
The engagement is going to happen here. They're actually going to fight, and Minos goes in, but nothing actually happens. General trying to get a taunt on. Can't get his taunt. Does use his ult. This is actually a good fight for RP. Trying to put in some work, and they actually do get a 4-man wipe here. This is their time. This is what we were talking about before. How can they get back into the game? And they instantly start running down mid. Huge fight there for RP.
Yeah, and having Aiden alive here, this is huge. They can actually maybe take... Oh!
Did they get backdoored? Did they get backdoored? Wow, in game 1, going in favor of Fnatic. I didn't even realize that.
The Creeps actually won the game.
The Creeps actually pushed in and won the game for Fnatic when it was looking like RP was coming back. No one actually defended their base, and I didn't even think about that either. Wow. So game 1.
I thought RP would have definitely defended that off.